Now, yes, let's look at here's official renderings of the Flip 6. So we got official renderings today. I mean, they're basic, excuse me, it's basic case pictures, right? So it's pictures that from Samsung internally. And these are Samsung cases on the Flip 6, right? Looks pretty similar. Again, it's going to look similar to the Flip 5, but don't get it twisted. Don't get it confused. It's going to be a totally different phone. Now, what I mean by that, it's going to be much faster, better, smooth operating system. It's going to have 12 gigs of RAM this year. Thank you, Jesus. Last year, only 8. Could run into some issues if you're a heavy user like I am. And a slightly bigger battery. New Snapdragon 8 Gen 3. Better battery life. And last but not least, the very best new addition this year. It's going to have the twin 50 megapixel camera sensors on the back, or I guess front, however you want to look at it. It's going to have the same 50 megapixel cameras that come on the S24 Plus. They are replacing the old 12 megapixel twin, or I guess you could say dual. There were two 12 megapixel sensors on the Flip 6. It was just time to replace them. Very outdated. That was my number one issue with this phone. I love this phone, the Flip series. I love it. That was my number one gripe. Is the sensors, the cameras were just not up to par. And remember, you're paying $1,000 for this, right? You know, this is not a mid-range phone by any means. It had cameras on there, the old model, that some mid-range phones beat out the quality of photos and videos. Not this year. This year, bad. They're going to have awesome picture quality, video quality. And it's going to be much smoother, much better battery life. I believe they're bumping the charging slightly, not a lot, but longer battery life with a better processor, more efficient processor, and a slightly bigger battery. They're also upgrading the UFS storage and the RAM. So, big improvement. So, very, very, very excited to see this. Now, the Fold 6, same deal, right? So here you got the Fold 6. Now, this is going to be a big upgrade for this too, right? So now the crease is still there, right? I know it gets smaller every year, but it's still not there yet. Now, Samsung has maybe a year or a year, maybe two, to get the crease ironed out. No pun intended. Apple patented their new hinge. As I mentioned earlier, iPhone Flip. Well, they weren't going to bring a Flip or a foldable to the market unless, had to have this, unless when folded open there was a zero crease. They were not going to do a crease. And I think that was a smart idea from Apple. Knowing Apple people, they would have complained to high heaven about a crease, any amount of crease. When it's open, Apple found a workaround. Not a workaround. They solved the issue. But here's the deal. They patented this hinge when open, so nobody else can use it, right? And that's what you're supposed to do if you're in not just technology, but in any aspect of business. If you find something new you're presenting to the market, you better get that patented, because you're going to let millions, maybe billions of dollars go by. So it was smart of them to do that. But it's up to Samsung to figure out a hinge, because that's the number one thing. If the iPhone, 17 Flip comes out with a zero crease, when folded open, no crease, and then you got the Samsung Galaxy Z Fold 8 and Z Flip 8, you open it up and there's still a crease. Oh man, that's not a good look. And Samsung has basically invented this game, this foldable game. They've been in it for like 10 years. So, I don't know, but it doesn't bother me. I know it bothers some people, but it really doesn't bother me. And it has gotten better, right? I've had the foldables, when they first came out, it was a rather big crease. Now it's not so bad, right? It's still there, but it's only there if you like directly look at it. When I'm using the device, I don't ever think of it, or whatever. These photos aren't the greatest quality, but you can tell. It is what it is. Now it'll have an S Pen holder. That's one major advantage we did not go over yesterday. So the new Pixel Fold 2 looks badass. And I know that's not the proper name, but yeah, I get so many phones going through my head every day. I can't remember. They change the name so much. Who knows? Next week, it could be named something totally different. Anyways, Pixel Fold 2 looks freaking awesome. So good, in fact. I'm thinking about getting my first foldable. Not the flip. Not a flip, but a actual book style open foldable. But that's one thing. That's one major advantage the Samsung Fold series has over the Pixel Fold series. You can use the S Pen. I think you can use a stylus with the Pixel Fold, with the OG Pixel Fold, but I don't know. If you know, and if you know and you're watching this, please comment and let me know. I haven't had it, obviously, so I don't know, but I could have sworn I heard a review or watched a review where somebody mentioned you can, but you have to have some kind of special Wacom, or I don't know what the hell it's called. But the S Pen with Samsung, that's the same S Pen that works on this S9 Ultra, will work on my S24 Ultra, and will work on this Z Fold 6. That S Pen, so any Samsung S Pen will work on any Samsung device, right? That's what I like, because I can just carry one S Pen around and I use it. I'm a heavy S Pen user. I don't know about you, but I use mine every day. I love it. Look at this.